This is the Big O Show. 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 This.
So here we are. I wanted to show you the backyard again because we had some trouble last time, but you know, cuttersedgepro.com does some amazing stuff, and there are the boys and the girl. They're having fun. There we go. Right, Maiden? Right, Bono? There we go. They're having fun. I'm having fun. Look at our Sylvester palm. It is beautiful. We got another one in the front yard like that. You can take your home and landscaping to the next level. And the artificial turf, look at that. Look at that, the two dinosaurs going at it, huh? Look at that, I gotta love the dinosaurs. Look at them, they like to bite each other's legs. That's what they do, they play with each other and then they bite each other and they piss each other off. It's fun. One is Bono, which is the one farther away from you, and Maiden, she's the girl right here. She's a badass, that's for sure. So anyway, see the flowers are coming out. Very nice. Cuttersedgepro.com, folks. This big tree there will start budding that I'm showing you there soon. It'll have all kinds of flowers. I'll post another video and I'll show it to you. This is a backyard where everybody gets to hang out. Over there in that corner there, I put the barbecue and cook. So that way it's the farthest away from the house, you know. If I light myself on fire or somebody else, we're out in the corner away from everybody. There you go, see, getting some flowers coming out, which is a beautiful thing. And I swear by this artificial turf, it always looks phenomenal. I don't have to cut it. I don't have to water it. And so I'm saving a lot of money, hundreds and thousands in the long run, because I'm not watering or, of course, cutting the grass. And you know, here in South Florida, we cut the grass like every 10 to 14 days.
When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Radio Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated. They offer free 30-day storage, full service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646. Statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Friday. Good morning, boys and girls. And I'm cleared up my throat there a little bit. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you're having a great weekend, I guess, right? Because this is kind of wrapping up the weekend. Now, for some of us, we're working here. For you, we are here on Monday. Yes, it is President's Day, and of course, but I figured we did a show yesterday. We did a little crypto show for you guys yesterday, and more to come now. I'm going to start doing more and more and more, do a few a week now. I'm going to start doing that, so look forward to that. You'll get it on social media, not on YouTube. It'll be on Twitter, and it's there. It's a 45-minute episode yesterday, so if you want to catch it, it's there. I'll have a couple of notes today, but we'll we'll continue doing our thing. But of course, if you have any crypto questions along the way throughout the show, you can go ahead and send them in and we'll try to answer them. But not a lot going on this weekend. Obviously, the whole All-Star weekend. I don't really give a shit about All-Star weekend. Dolphins add a coach, former player, helping out on special teams. So we'll talk about Ronnie Bradford. Also get into another small topic, too, which I always find entertaining. We'll do that. Panthers, great weekend as they absolutely and thoroughly thrash the Lightning. Boy, that was impressive, dude. That was impressive on Saturday what they did to the Lightning. So we'll get into that. All-Star. Listen, I don't watch that stuff, to be quite honest. I took the time to watch the dunk contest and the three-point shooting. That's about the only thing I usually watch. And the dunk contest is very questionable for me to watch. The only reason I watched it, it's because of Jaime, and that's it, because one of our guys. I never expected Jaime to win, and, you know, he put some nice dunks, but, you know, like when I look at what McClung is doing, he wasn't going to compete with McClung, and McClung ended up, he got jobs on that first dunk of his, by the way. He should have gotten close to 50 on that one, too. But whatever. It is what it is. But the G Leaguer from, what is it, the Osceola Magic or something, right? Is that the Magic's minor league team? It's in Osceola. So the young man ends up winning the dunk contest. Our guy ends up in like fourth or something, right? Or something like that. It didn't matter. It was, I thought it was basically mission accomplished. Is the way I look at it. Mission accomplished for Jaime. Mission accomplished for the NBA. Trying to get this cushion under my ankle. You know, I got that messed up foot. All right. So it was good for the NBA because they got one of the most popular rookies to take part. He's not a three-point, expert, so you can't put him in a three-point contest. And really, the dunk wasn't really his thing, but you got the name in there. And I think that was a great move by the NBA. And then for Jaime, he deserves it, dude, right? Obviously, up-and-coming young little star there, and then get him in one of these events and let him enjoy All-Star Weekend. It's a great experience for the young man. It's a blessing. Everything was accomplished. I was really happy for Jaime Jaquez. And he gets to be around that atmosphere. And since he's already got that kind of swag, it's good for him to be around these kind of people because he's one of them. And so eventually, he'll grow up to be our own all-star, to be there, often. So it's actually pretty cool. But outside of that, I don't care about the game. What was it? 211 and 186. It just, to me, I think I saw people complaining on social media about the effort and all that. And it's like, what do you expect, man? These people don't give a shit about the regular season. You're going to expect them to care about the All-Star game? Like Jimmy Butler doesn't care about the regular season. He could give a rat's ass about the regular season. So are you expecting these guys to actually give a shit about the All-Star game when they don't even care about the regular season? Seriously? Is that what we're talking about? Even Alarmo can't believe that. So I found that kind of humorous for some people out there to be demanding better effort in the All-Star game when, we have a player here that, has completely annihilated the regular season. The NBA is, people always used to laugh, and the joke was, oh, you're watching NBA, just watch the last 2 minutes. Well, just watch the last 2 weeks of the regular season and then watch the postseason, because that's basically what the NBA has told the public. We don't care about the regular season. Check back with us at the end, and however it turns out, then there you go, because last year the 8th seed made it to the finals. So it shows that really the regular season means absolutely nothing.
So let's not get into, oh my God, they got to try for an all-star game. Are you kidding me, dude? They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about the regular season as it is. So it's just a joke to kind of think that they're going to make some kind of an effort in the regular season when it's all said and done. Can't get comfortable there. Anyway, so we got that going on. If you want to talk a little bit about that, that's fine. I doubt that's gonna drive anything, to be quite honest. David Furones will join us at 10:30. Our Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins report. No Ira today. Ira will be tomorrow. All right. Tomorrow, David Dwork will stop by at 10:30. So we'll talk a little Panthers. We'll talk about the best team in South Florida by miles. It's not even close how much better the Panthers are than everybody else in town. So we'll talk to David Dwork at 10:30. Ira will stop by tomorrow at 11. So we'll end up with that. What else going on? Let's see. Let's get into a little roll call. Steven Gonzalez is first in. Steve Chapman in the house. Joseph. Yeah, Panthers are best team in the league, man. They're right there. Chad, Brandon Flood, One-Eyed Jack. The knee's good after the shot. Thank you, One-Eyed Jack. But the foot is fine. It's just hard in this position to stay comfortable because I've got to keep I put my foot down and then, it's like you got to watch out with the weight. You don't want too much weight on it, because then it starts putting some pressure on the foot. Jay Gelfin in the house, Alex Palenzuela, Gus 1388, Kyle Cockrell, Cosa Nostra, Ryan AP, Pat in Asheville, Lisa Rose, Sharon Calderon, is Jeff in Long Island, that is. Popeye says Tua will dominate next season. Looking forward to it. Ray Sosa, Skylar Tipton, ready to attack this week like Jamie attacks the rim. Think Blue Dodgers. He's riding with Tua. NorCal is in. Oh, damn, it's a holiday. Damn, I'm already at work. Damn right. We all are. True Fin fan, I'm working as always from 4:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day. There you go, True Fin fan. Grind, baby, grind. Josh is in the house. What's a McClung? I don't know what it is, but you can use it for your bathroom. J-Town, good morning, y'all. Thanks for saying Crypto Show is only on Twitter. Saw it there, but it was driving me crazy trying to find it on YouTube. Looking forward to the shows. Yes, we'll build it up there, and then if we build it up well, then we can move it to YouTube. But for now, we'll keep it on social media. Inter Miami starts on Wednesday. They do. Frankie, it's interesting you brought that up because I made a note here on it. And they had a preseason where they completely did not connect with their fan base. It's interesting. Instead of a preseason here where you're constantly training, maybe open portions of training to the public and have fans come over for the first half hour of training, they can see it, and then you have them exit out. They can probably walk through the merch. You can make money. The media can cover it every day, talk to the players every day, have players on platforms and stations all over, even though they're not very good at that. Play games against teams here, fill up the stadium here half the preseason because the other half you'll be on the road, but you'll be in other American cities and it'll be an event and all that. None of that, dude. You did all the overseas bullshit that I get it. You were chasing the money because you signed this guy and all these other guys and you've got to try to make money. But, it's funny how you've got a preseason and you had the quietest preseason I have ever seen any professional team in South Florida ever have with the biggest name in the history of South Florida. or second. I don't know. Pelé come into town a couple times, but he didn't play here, so it doesn't count. So we'll go with Messi as number one. And wow, dude, like you had a completely disconnected preseason. And now you're just going to reappear on Wednesday against Real Salt Lake. You know what I mean? It's odd. It's odd. It's not the normal way to start a season. It's not a way that you really are connecting with your fan base. You know, think about this. Okay? They don't think about these things because they're just thinking about money and they don't really give a shit about the ultimate good of it. You know what I'm saying? Got to be honest here. I don't work for them anymore. So I have nothing but love and respect for them, but I got to do my show and I got to call it like I see it. Okay? You charge an arm and a leg to see Messi all the time. Imagine if you would have opened half an hour of practice every day. Just free. Let the kids come over, watch Messi and the guys practice for half an hour, individual drills, bullshit stuff. But you left it free for your fans. Because a whole bunch of those people that would have gone over, they can't afford the tickets. Would have been your opportunity to give back some to your community. You know what I mean? But you don't think about those things. Because in the end, all you're thinking about, oh, wow, we're paying this guy a boatload of money. Let's find whoring ways we can go make more money on the way back. So let's go play 6 games all over Central, South America, and Europe, or whatever the hell, and charge an arm and a leg so we can make money back. But yet, never connect with our fans here. You know, it's just, these are the things that just go by. And people don't really look at it. Inter doesn't look at it. Whatever. You know what I mean? Many franchises make mistakes. You know, this one in particular, while the owners are awesome and will spend money, the way they manage things, they miss a lot of shit. A lot of shit. And this is one of them. Because, you know, you're so focused on getting the money back and really not growing here in South Florida like you should. Because remember, you're not really growing nearly as much as you think. Okay? Half of the people that go see Inter, I'm going to say half, they're not Inter fans. They don't give a shit about Inter. They don't care if the team wins or loses. They just go there to go see Messi and then they walk away. They don't care about the team. If they bought the jersey, it's not because they care about the team. It's only because it says Messi on it. And so they had their chance to see Messi. But when Messi's gone, you'll never see them again. They don't care about Inter Miami. They don't care about your team. They don't care about the MLS. And in the end, this is kind of your doing because you're making it a complete mercenary hire where you're not really maximizing what you could do with that, you know, unfortunately. But it's all about the cash, baby. All about the cash. And you know what? That's the way you should carry yourself, too, because that's all they ever care about, the cash. Hong Kong took that ish personally. Yeah, I'm right. They got their money back. Panthers pass the Bruins to lead the division as the lowly Sabres. As a lowly Sabres fan, I appreciate that. You got it. Party's over, Bubba. We've been waiting for this for a while. They've been building it up. Our team has gotten better and better and better. Sam H is in the house, and he says, we love Tua. Cosa Nostra says Real Madrid. Gordon Shumway is in. Doing something good for the people, the fans, is underrated. Very much. Frankie, look at him with Ethereum. Yeah, baby, cross 2,900. Let's see if we could get to 3,000 today. Relentless says, I'm in Madrid. The Dolphins are on the way to play in Madrid Stadium. Are they? Is that, I don't think so. I don't think they're playing in Madrid this year. I don't think they were chosen. So I may be wrong on that, but I don't think there's any There's no travel for the Dolphins this year. Am I not right on this, Sean? They weren't picked for Madrid, right? Right? Yeah, so no, there's no travel this year. Why, and by the way, why do you want to do that to Sean and I? Why you want to make us wake up at 5 a.m. to go do a pregame show? You know, I mean, have a heart, man. You know, be a decent human being here. You know what I'm saying? Come on. By the way, we love talking about Top Gun indoor range next month. Okay, we're not going to do it this month because I've got the foot deal. But by the end of March, I'm out of the boot and I'm ready to go. And so I'm ready for our shooting contest. And as Sean knows, I am an exceptional shot. You know, I am just absolutely amazing. So look out. No, but seriously, customer service second to none at Top Gun indoor range, family atmosphere. They've got the latest in indoor quality and targeting systems. They've been around for 4 years. They're the largest archery indoor range in Dade County. As for the gun range, has 18 lanes, 25 yards, longest distance indoor range in Dade County. They've got self-defense classes for the ladies. We will have a shooting contest at the end of March. So get ready for it. We'll give you the date. Probably by the end of this week, we'll give you the date for the end of March, and we'll be promoting it for the next couple of weeks. So we'll have some fun. But appreciate all of you out there. Go check out Top Gun Indoor Range. Tell them that Big O sent you. 305-306-7333. Let's see. Way to grow passion for the local team, Inter Miami. Yay. Yeah. Big O, have you started looking at prospects for the NFL draft? A little bit, but not much. I'm waiting for free agency, and then I'll start to make calls and start to focus in on what we want to do. But I'm not wasting my time, you know, looking at all the positions and everything yet until I kind of know what we're doing in free agency. So, you know, but I will. We will have, dude, we have so much time for draft talk. I am not in a hurry whatsoever. I listen, you know, guys, ladies and gentlemen out there, I understand what goes on here and what develops every year. This is my 34th year, so I'm not new to this. You know what I mean? But I understand that dolphin-centric shows, they're limited. That's what they are. That's all they can do. That's all they can talk about. That's the only reason people tune into them. Okay? So they have to come up with dolphin bullshit. And by the way, guess what my job is now every year? Yeah, no, that Jonathan Taylor stuff is not going to. No, that Dalvin Cook stuff is not. No, they're not trading Tua. You know, so that's all I spend my off season now. Because dolphin-centric sites, all they can do is talk Dolphins. So then they have to start inventing subjects. Like, should they, you know, like people you have been sending me stuff. Oh, should they bring in competition? My boy Frankie said that crazy ass shit. And so then you've got sites that either got to talk about it or write about it, which is completely stupid. Just like trading for Jonathan Taylor. Or giving Dalvin Cook some big contract that some media members thought they were going to do or trade for. So I get what I have to do now in the offseason. In the offseason, since Dolphin-centric sites, all they can do is create bullshit every day because it's all hypotheticals. You know what I mean? Oh, should we go make a move for Justin Fields and ship Tua somewhere else? It's an article for some guy. For me, it's a waste of time and it's stupidity. So I understand that a lot of you follow other dolphin-centric sites. Okay? We're not that. Okay? We give you plenty of dolphin insight, way better than all of them, pretty much. We break way more stories than every single platform that's all dolphins, pretty much. Okay? Way more. In fact, most of them don't break any stories. If we're being honest, most of them break zero stories. Okay. So we break way more stories than all of them. We give you more insight than most of them anyway. Okay. But we're not going to cater to the desperate Dolphin fan that wants me to just create a topic just to create a topic. I just can't do that. And plus, I don't have to do that. They have to do that. They're stuck chasing their tail for 365 days. You know what I mean? I don't need to break down all the running backs. Sorry. I don't know. Go need to do a video to talk about all their tackles and should they get another one just because I need to fill time. Can't do that, bro. So if there's actual news, we're going to tell you about it. And we'll talk about it. We'll go in depth on it. We'll break it down, all of that kind of stuff. But we're not here to create silly hypotheticals every day like other sites have to because they have no choice. I can talk about the Heat. I can talk about the Panthers. I can talk about the Marlins, Inter Miami, the Canes. They can't do that. So that's the difference. I'll go into crypto and I'll talk about life and I'll talk about music and entertainment. We're a whole talk show. So we talk about all kinds of things going on. You know what I mean? So yes, I love the Dolphins. I'm a huge Dolphins fan. I've covered the Dolphins for now 34 years. We'll break tons of stories for you, but we're not going to sit here like last year. We'll just shoot it down for you and we'll tell you, yeah, no, that's stupid shit. You know, whoever it was that reported that they were looking at another quarterback and this and that. And I told you, no, that's not true and all that kind of stuff, or the Dalvin Cook stuff or whatever. So that'll be my job. Okay. To tell you that that's just people that they have to do this. They have no choice. And God bless them, bro. You run an all Dolphin centric site or an all Marlins or Heat or what you've put yourself in a corner. And now that's all you can talk about all year long. This is the Big O Radio Show. Doesn't say that it's all Fins or all Heat or all Marlins or all Inter or all music or all entertainment or all crypto or all whatever. It's all everything. Okay? So I love the hell out of you guys. I love the Dolphins more than anybody in the media. Okay? So I'm the guy that actually gives a shit about the Dolphins, wants them to win, but I'm going to call it like I see it if they're not doing something right. But I'm not here to create bullshit and to create crap stories that are not true. I'm not here to get excited about Albert Wilson or Robbie Chosen. Like we've had media members the last 4 years go crazy for a receiver that isn't going to make an impact. I don't need to write that story. I don't need the extra clicks for it. I'll just tell you the honest stuff. Those guys can't cut it. They're barely good enough to even be on the roster. But I'll let everybody else talk it up because, you know, it's what they have to do. So they have to break down all the minutia and they have to talk it up, whatever it is. I don't care. I'm not here to try to make you mad or make you happy. I'm not here to try to create some kind of controversy that isn't there. I'm here to talk about what's actually really happening with all the teams, not just the Dolphins, but the Hurricanes and the Marlins and the Panthers and the Heat and Inter Miami and anything in the NFL and Major League Baseball and NBA and you name it. That's what we're here to do. Okay. So I love the hell out of all of you out there, but we just don't play that game. I don't need to. I don't answer to anybody. You know what I mean? So if a video gets 1,000 views or 10,000 views or 30,000 views, well, God bless. Great. If it doesn't, it is what it is. I move on. I don't worry about this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So just want to make sure you all understand where we're coming from, especially for you newbies out there. We'll just keep you level-headed is kind of what we'll do here because that's what we do. Let's see. Chicago White Sox have canceled Fan Fest 2 to 3 years in a row now because they are scared of accountability. Well, that happens. UFC thinking of having fights in Santiago. All right. Sam H says Libras are often very eye-hand coordinated. Not surprised O is a crack shot. I'm actually bad. Cap for life. Yes, Panthers are legit. They are as legit as they've ever been, my brother. They have what we call a potential Stanley Cup team, dude. Big time. True Fin Fan says, I'll be 1,000% honest. I don't care about anything that has to do with soccer. However, I will root for anything Miami and their success. There you go. Nothing wrong with that, man. That's a good one. I like that. I like that attitude. Fin Fans 47 is in the house. Cap for Life is in the house. O isn't a dead eye. He's a dead Oh. Yeah, kind of. Agents and beat writers are in bed. Sometimes. Some writers won't say things about certain players so they don't piss off the agent. I, on the other hand, I will tell the agent about his player. Which is not really what you should do. Then the agent kind of gets mad at you. But I'd rather not be a phony. I'd rather say, yeah, I don't believe in your guy. I remember Harold, oh God, now I'm forgetting his last name. But he was the agent for, oh God, what's the name of that tight end, Sean, that we had here about, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago. And then he signed with Buffalo. And he had some speed. His problem for me was he played small. He could not go up in the air. And he signed a free agent contract in Buffalo. Come on, man. Somebody help me out with the guy. So it's like Charles Clay. Thank you, dude. Fucking A, man. Way to go, Juan. Way to go, Brian. Good job, guys. Good job. So I'm talking with Charles Clay's agent. It's like 2 a.m. We're in an apartment in the Combine, some apartment in like the 15th floor or something, and there's several agents, several assistant coaches, couple head coaches, actually. I'm not going to say who were there. One of them was completely wasted. And we were there till like 4 a.m. talking whatever, business, sports, whatever. Okay. And so I go to Harold and he goes, so what do you think about my guy? And I go, well, he plays small. That's my problem with him. Charles got speed. Oh no, he can play big. I go, no, he can't. No, he can't, Harold. He doesn't play up in the air, bro. He never plays up in the air. Go watch the highlights, man. He's all right. He's not a bad player, but I kind of like my tight end to be able to high point balls and to play, a fade in the end zone and all those kind of things. And that wasn't really Charles's game. You know what I mean? And by the end of the conversation, he was pissed at me. Oh, man. But that's who I am, man. I don't care who you are, if you're a family member of mine, a friend, a sponsor, whatever. I'm going to be brutally honest with you, dude. And if I disagree with you, it is what it is. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? If I think you're saying something stupid, I'll tell you. And I don't care who you are, too. Top of all of that. You know what I mean? It's kind of the way I am, But, yeah, it's just one of those that I'm just not going to play that game. So, anyway, it is time to talk a little Dolphins football. Let's check in with the one and only David Furones on our Welt and Rheum Miami Dolphins report.
All rise, football fans, as the Welton Rayon Miami Dolphins report with David Veronis is in session.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Veronis.
David Crypto Veronis.
I just jumped in. I was still hearing the intro on my end, and then I was able to just hear the new nickname you gave me. But apparently I need to get on crypto.com instead of Robinhood, so I get access to a lot of these really good ones that you're finding and you're naming.
Yeah. You can't do anything on Robinhood, bro. No. Yeah, you need to get a real account. And I think Polly hit $1, by the way. So H-bar hit 10 cents. I told you, bro. I'm just, I've been on H-bar since it was at 4 cents. So right now at 10, dude, I'm like killing it in a half right now. And it's just like starting. Like I expect H-bar to be at maybe 40, 50 cents when it's all said and done. So I still expect it a 4 or 5 time from where it's at right now. That's just me. I'm not a financial advisor, of course.
Always got to preface it with that, of course.
Always, because, I can't tell you anything about Jasmine since it's up 20% today. I can't do these things, so I just got to move on. This was at 0.33. Now it's at 0.80 of a cent. So, I can only guide you to, you can only lead a horse to water. It's up to the horse to start drinking. After that, it's up to you. All right. So is Ronnie Bradford the answer for our special teams coach?
Okay, I was pretty certain I'd come on the program and then I'd hear Danny Crossman's name here, but you want me to say it, so change it for with an assistant special teams coach. So I know a lot of Dolphins fans want to see the change at the special teams coordinator position, Danny Crossman, but it seems like it's another offseason where that is where he's being retained as we just go through just time where nothing changes with that position. So
I got to get into that building and find out what I have. Have you been able to find out or explain what was the decision? Like, what is it that they don't see wrong with Danny Crossman that we see wrong all the time? Because that to me is like, that's one of the mysteries of the world right now. I mean, when we talk about Earth and things that you need to like answer and wonder about, one of them is, how is Danny Crossman still with the Miami Dolphins? I mean, that is one of Earth's mysteries right now.
Yeah, we haven't had access to Mike McDaniel since really the end of season press conference. So he did just introduce Anthony Weaver, and then he was like a quick thing. He said his own thing and then bolted away. So he wasn't fielding questions. He will speak at the combine, so that's something for next week that potentially we can get that question in. And there will be a lot of questions to ask, or if not, then we're finding a time during OTAs or something to get the question in. But that's one thing I might point to, or is something Danny Crossman pointed to, maybe going into that last week of the season, going into the playoffs, is that after they had those two back-to-back returns where there was the kick return against Baltimore in the penultimate regular season game, and then the punt return for a touchdown that turned the Buffalo game upside down, was that they were really high in both of those coverage areas as far as average return, or one of the I believe it was average return in each kick return and punt return coverage before those, and then large returns obviously send you in the other direction. So it came up at the worst time for Crossman's unit at that point. And then in other areas, Braxton Berrios, solid in the return game, was very reliable with his hands back there. And then Jason Sanders did make strides this season after a couple of uneven years before that. So So those are a couple other things maybe they're pointing to.
I remember Ronnie Bradford as a draft pick, and obviously didn't last very long here, and was Montana's defensive coordinator last year, and has been in college for a while now. I wonder, there's got to be some, besides the Dolphin connection, but there's got to be some connection to some of these coaches, right? I mean, I would imagine there's something there, right?
Well, I was looking down at his resume, and then he happened to be the Denver Broncos special teams coordinator when Mike McDaniel was interning there as he was finishing up college, gets into coaching, and his first unpaid internship job under Mike Shanahan with the 05 Denver Broncos as Mike McDaniel was an intern. Ronnie Bradford was a special teams coordinator there. So that's one connection. I was actually going to ask you what happened with him with the Dolphins. I wasn't really paying attention. 93. I see he was the fourth round Dolphins, and then he was with the Broncos by the time the season started. So just didn't make it during training camp.
We weren't very good drafting in those days.
Oh, man.
That's
just those days.
Yeah, that's just kind of. I think we're pretty good drafting now.
Oh, dude. Yeah. There's been some last couple of drafts. It's kind of just they punted on it based on giving away a first round pick, and then 2 years ago didn't have any first or second. So first selection was 102
for Jalen Ramsey. I mean,
yeah,
it's not like you're, it's. A couple years ago, one of them was for Ramsey, one of them was for Tyreek, right?
Tyreek Hill, yeah. So instead of, Ramsey actually sent a third round pick. So
the draft for that because you kind of felt you were closer. So now get some veterans to help you put you over the top. And I kind of understand that it's just unfortunately the injuries have never worked out the last 2 years for this damn team. It's just absolutely decimated them. But I don't pick on them for that. They can draft nowadays, dude. They can find people undrafted nowadays.
Yeah, have found some undrafted gems. The 21 draft was very good for this team. Obviously, 2020
is better than Ronnie Bradford.
What's that?
Kader Kohu is better than Ronnie Bradford.
Is better than Ronnie Bradford was in 93. Yeah, so I got you. He struggled a lot this second season, so he's going to have to turn it back around.
Yeah, I think it was more about scheme and everything else.
Yeah.
I have a feeling with this Weaver guy that he's going to look at players and say, okay, this is what I have to do with you. This is what I have to do with you. Okay, now let me design my scheme to make sure it complements what I have. Instead of, I have my scheme, let me try to fit the pieces in my scheme. That's not the way coaching goes. Coaching. I'm sorry?
I was going to say, for a guy like Kader Kohu, that's a challenge when you make it as an undrafted guy playing one system, which was a complete 180 from the one you go to. Then that's a big switch to go into year two and have to completely change schemes like that.
Right, exactly. And because he's young, you also have to give him some time, and he has to grow. This was only his second year. So, again, we got to kind of slow down here. And plus, he's undrafted from Division II. I mean, give me a freaking break. But, I saw the hire. And again, I just thought of, special teams wise. Now, let's have some fun here now. Because one of the things that I talked about last week when it comes to Weaver, there's a couple of positives that could come out of this. One, does he carry himself like a head coach or not?
As far as his personality wise, yeah, I totally see it. I see him as a candidate for it, a leader of men that he could lead a whole unit. And then I think with the Dolphins specifically, I believe Mike McDaniel is a guy that would give the keys to the defense to his defensive coordinator. So similar to what he let Vic Fangio lead that side of the ball this past season. So I could totally see Anthony Weaver just getting that shot where, okay, you have this side of the ball with this team, and then now this is almost like you're also interviewing for next year's head coaching job through your performance with how you lead that side of the ball, and then just how that transcends into how you can just lead an overall locker room.
And worst case scenario, if McDaniel is off the rails and not the answer, you might turn to him. Okay, so that's something there that you might have a young head coach that you're developing there for the future, here or somewhere else. Another thing,
I always hear people say sometimes like Brian Flores before Mike McDaniel, whether he was too worried about hiring the guy that would replace him if he hired too good of an assistant coach.
Right.
So I like the show of confidence from Mike McDaniel that, I mean, I'm bringing the guys that we need. This is about bringing the right guys in to have the optimal coaching staff to lead this group, and that he felt he was the right guy for the defense and a guy that is on his way. Similar to Mike McDaniel, how he was after 1 year as an offensive coordinator, and the Dolphins were the only team to give him that shot actually in the next hiring cycle. But potentially on his way to that head coaching rank.
Yeah, no, there's no. And listen, he brought in Darrell Bevel, who has way more experience than him. Also, so he doesn't have an ego in that sense. But the way I look at Weaver, okay, if something comes off the rails or whatever, maybe that might be one of your options there. 2, this one's kind of the weakest point out of all of them, because you do weak in Baltimore, but really for how long? I mean, John Harbaugh has replaced so many coaches, and it continues to roll. But for the time being, you did weaken them for a moment, because now you do have to replace a good young coach. And then obviously he understands what he has to do with the players. He said it already with the cornerback. He understood, oh no, I got to move this guy around. This guy's the ultimate chess piece. And then here's the other thing. I want Patrick Queen in a Dolphin uniform. This is a good way to get Patrick Queen next to David Long, because I don't think Jerome Baker is back. I don't think X is back. I don't think Wilkins is back. So you're going to free up a lot of money. You're going to have to sign some guys that you can work those contracts and move some of that money. I think Patrick Queen is a guy that Anthony Weaver can help me bring in. So what do you think about all those things?
And all right, so we touched on Patrick Queen quickly last time, but have you checked the contract? I haven't even looked at where he is. Oh, well, he's available this offseason. He's a free agent this offseason. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, that would be an intriguing option there.
Afford to trade and sign somebody. That the Dolphins can't do that. They can't go trade and sign somebody. That's not it. It's free agent, and Pat is a free agent, bro. So. Right. He would be perfect in the middle with David Long, bro. Perfect.
Hey, you might be formulating that Dolphins defense where from your Christian Wilkins prediction to then if it's Patrick Queen going in to be that guy with David Long, then you might just be nailing it down. I think you've got like all that cap figured out because it would pretty much slide right in if you go ahead and free up without the Christian Wilkins contract on board next year, which they'll have that franchise tag decision to make now coming up. Then that seems to be a fit. And then obviously Weaver was with him in Baltimore, so not coaching his position specifically, but they're in the same building. And as far as Weaver, also to the point, now people might bring up that John Harbaugh in Baltimore, he was looking at Orr to be that next defensive coordinator, but it seemed like that it was a situation where he had 2 great defensive coordinator candidates, and then one was the immediate urgent need that was about to potentially go to another spot. With Mike Macdonald going to Seattle, if he was going to end up just snagging him over that way. So it seemed like that's how it just broke down timing wise. And really they were just probably on even footing at the end of the day, as far as candidates to go to that next step. So the
beginning of Harbaugh's staff, it's very minimal because he does an exceptional job of finding the next guys and the next guys, and that's the job of a head coach. It's not just building one staff. It's continually rebuilding your staff. That's what makes you a great head coach. If you can't do that, not just once, but over and over again, you will not be a good head coach for a long time. It's just going to be really, really hard. in order for you to survive. You've got to pick some really good assistant coaches, and John Harbaugh does an awesome job of that, dude. Every time, man.
Yeah. And this offseason has been a revamping of the defensive side of the staff. So, that was one question I did want to get into Weaver that shortly after the press conference was how much was it collaboration between him and Mike McDaniel, or if it was just him making these decisions sort of with the keys to the defense that he needed some new blood, some new guys on that defensive side of the staff to be his assistants for the system. Because a lot of those assistants, they've now coached in all the different systems, whether it's Boyer and Flores before Fangio, and then now like Austin Clark is still around, then he's going to be going through all of these different staffs. So Campanelli would have been in line for that, but had to go ahead and move on to Green Bay, especially after 2 off seasons where he didn't get the defensive coordinator promotion once he was interviewing for it. So understandable there. But then also Ronaldo Hill, Sam Madison getting replaced at their positions.
All right. So what are you working on the Sun Sentinel, my man? It is and it's the off season.
Yeah, I'm thinking, this week will be, I'm assuming just a finalization of this coaching staff, because I think the Dolphins would want to get all that done by the combine so that they have their guys that are checking in on prospects at different positions. So I think we'll be wrapping up on that, and then they're just getting ready for the combine next week, getting out there. And that's always an interesting time where you get the networking that goes on over there. You're going to be out there in Indy?
Not yet. I'm deciding. I may go. I may not go. I don't know yet, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, the Knights aren't as active as they used to be.
Okay. I only know what they are now, so I can't compare.
Yeah. Do you think you see a ton of NFL people out there? Not agents.
Yeah, I mean, you see them all around. Now, then also you end up just seeing other sports writers that are doing the same thing as you out and about. But and then from my perspective, sometimes I just end up talking to them because those are like friends of mine that I've met from other markets, and then you run into them at the combine. So there ends up being some of that too. But then, good networking overall as far as the agents are around, and then just
the agents are around for sure, but the pro people, the assistant coach,
may tend to stay away from it a little bit. Although but there's some high ranking people that I've seen out sometimes too.
But when I went last year, I noticed that it was the person, and I talked to him. I call him, and I'm like, "Yo, man, you coming out?" Nah, I don't want to be out there. I don't want people taking pictures of me and alcohol and all that. So it's they're a little worried about. A lot of them are staying in, and then they're just sleeping after they're done with their interviews because usually they end at 11 at night. That's usually when the Wolves come out at night. The personnel people come out after 11. That's usually the time that they come out. And man, last year I was disappointed with the lack of activity at times. So that's why if I could just get the information by phone, then I'll just do it that way. You know what I mean? Although I will say this, I've got to get to pick up a few more new names because some of my guys have gotten old. Some of my guys are retiring, and some of my guys are leaving the business. So that is one thing that's actually changed for me over the years because it's a 30-year cycle, dude. And so some of them have been stepping out. So
constant shuffling. Huh?
Actually, for me, I think the East West and the Senior Bowl are better usually for trying to track kind of people down. Because last couple of years up, Perk has done Senior Bowl. I wonder about the East West in Vegas because that's so spread out. That's so hard to track people down. In Mobile, it's easy because there's only a couple bars.
There's 2 spots, right?
You're not getting away from me, dude. So if you're out, I'm going to see you. If you're not, then you're not. But But it's just weird, dude. I used to be able to sit with 6, 7 assistant coaches and personnel directors and smoke cigars for hours. I don't do that anymore. That they don't do that anymore. They don't hang out like that anymore. Smoking cigars and drink.
And probably the setup too.
Let me tell you something.
They get their own table or something instead of being out with everyone.
I'll tell you what we did one night. I didn't do it, but I was part of it. Okay. I was with some assistant coaches. Okay. May God strike me with a lightning bolt right now. Okay. We went and got a bar that was right there on Daphne. I think it was called The Leaf. Okay. And it was about a couple assistant coaches, a couple of scouts, no media. I was the only media member there. Okay. They brought in 4 girls. The place was not for smoking, but we made it a smoke show. And then the girls were just giving dances all around. This was no more than 7, 8 years ago. Okay. Now, they did this. The only people that were there, the people that knew each other, we locked the doors. Boom. These guys were drinking. They were getting their dances, talking bullshit. Nobody ever could see it. You know what I mean? But that was in Mobile, and that is 2 blocks away from the main hotel we were at. Okay, so we were right there, right around the corner. But again, it was just a private thing. You know what I mean? But nowadays, these guys will go out less and less and less because they don't want to get caught with a drink in their hand, with a cigar or anything like. Man, I used to go to Sammy's in Mobile. Now that's been closed for a few years, but I could go to Sammy's back in the day. And now I'm talking 15, 20, 25 years ago. And I could talk to an assistant coach, a personnel director, a college director of scouting, and we're in the middle of a strip club. Okay? And they're getting dances and they're going back in the champagne room with 1 or 2 girls. I could tell you about head coaches that were doing that and all that. Not that I would ever say it publicly. I cannot.
No names. Yeah, we don't have to say names.
No, I would never say any names. But my point is, that's how much it's changed. That's how much it's changed. That these guys just don't even go out nearly as much. That's why I asked you, when you were out, did you see a lot of, personnel directors and scouts and people like that? And it's really hard to find, dude, because I used to go to the Olive and I could hang out there and there'd be 10, 15 different personnel people smoking cigars. Now they won't even go out to just smoke cigars. It's the weird. I used to smoke a cigar with Tom Condon every year. Every year, Tom Condon and I would sit there at the Olive and bullshit for 3 hours and smoke a cigar. I would do it. By the way, I used to do it at the Olive, no dirty places, with Ron Rivera all the time. And then he became a head coach, and then Ron. Now I may be able to bother Ron now that he's not a head coach.
Oh.
He became a head coach. He didn't hang out anymore. When he was an assistant, he and I used to hang out all the time at the combine and sit there and talk for a couple of hours. That's the kind of shit that I miss, dude. That I'm just not able to do nearly as much because they're not willing to do it in public.
Yeah. No, I get it. And it's a byproduct of the smartphone era, of the social media era. And us media members that sort of, know what's going on and know how to respect people's time and that when they're making a public appearance or anything. We're not going to be out there doing that like us reporters, but you never know what fans are just going to be out there, recognize a face and go just, snapping pics of someone. So I get it. I think a lot of them probably do want to stay in, and then they got an early morning, maybe the next day with interviews. And cause those are some long days of the combine. For myself as a writer, you get up early for prospect media interviews that they do that start at 8 a.m. And then you're trying to be out to meet people and see the team personnel when they're getting out from scouting guys after running drills, deep into in the early morning, basically. So those end up being some really long days for anyone. So I get it when people are just trying to just get their sleep because they got a big work day the next day anyway, or just trying to avoid the crowds, avoid all the hassle of anything that could come up, any negative implications from just being out, or just if they are out, maybe they're getting their own private area, somewhere, get their own table, so they're at their own table instead of just out with the crowd. So a bunch of different factors. So I don't really have the past to compare it to. I just have last couple. So now I'm going on my third combine. So that's really just, I've only seen
Right.
what it is now. So
Yeah.
So I can't compare it to, oh man, the old days were a lot better from that perspective.
Oh, the old days were a hell of a lot better. Yes.
I still see the Dallas Cowboys bust. I know that's legendary from everything I've heard.
Yeah. Every time, it's always there. Yeah. I have a legendary Dallas Cowboys story. I'll tell you one day.
Okay. that is not for the air.
No, not at all. Yeah. One day I'll tell you that story when we're alone somewhere.
All right. Hope maybe it's an indie. Maybe it's an indie in a couple weeks.
Maybe. But that one will trip you out if I tell you that story. That's for sure. But anyway, yeah, the stuff that happens on the road, woo, doggy, man, and the stuff that used to happen on the road is the stuff of legends back in the day. So yeah, that was fun. But again, it was great because for information purposes, God, it was the golden era. At least for me, it was the golden era in that sense. Now phones and everything else and social media just ruin so much, and guys have to kind of change their ways, which is a shame, unfortunately. All right, follow him on Twitter at David Furones _ and catch his work there at the South Florida Sun Sentinel. David, as always, thank you, my brother.
Yes,
Enjoy
sir.
your week, my friend. Appreciate you.
Talk.
Got it. There you go. David Furones getting it done. Welton Rayom. Jeff Welt knows how to get it done. Daniel Rayom knows how to rock it out, baby. 954-966-4646. So let me tell you, you're dealing with a personal injury, bankruptcy, commercial litigation, homeowner property damage, business owner claims, condo damage, criminal defense. Please call Welt and Rayom. And by the way, the consultation is completely free. They've got an office in Hollywood, but it doesn't matter where you live. You can call. It's a consultation that's free. You can do a lot of it by phone. Even one of our listeners in Orlando hired Welt and Rayom. 954-966-4646. They brought Progressive to their knees for us, and it was amazing. So that's why I'm telling you, you call Jeff Welt. He knows how to get it done. 954-966-4646.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with David Furones. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
Right. Ocala Joe, I have completely dropped the ball in the merch. That's all on me. Okay. I'm dealing more with my damn foot than everything else. God, this thing is driving me crazy. I can't believe it's 6 weeks of this thing with my foot. Oh, God. Tomorrow I got to go to the youth fair, and I got to get rolled in. It's no fun not being able to walk around, I got to tell you. It really is not fun. Bradley Maddox, thank you for watching from North Texas, my friend. I appreciate you immensely. Remember, folks, you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. What do we got? Ethereum is up 3.5% over 2,900. H-bar is over 10 cents at 13%, kicking some serious ass. Illuvium up over 4%. It's at 100 and almost 104. It was at 105. So it went down a little bit, but it's just going to go up, baby. Jasmine up almost 18% right now. It's at 77th thousandth of a penny. Solana is up to almost $114, man. It's up only 1%, but it's up $114. Alethea Liquid Intelligence Token. It hit 4 cents over the weekend, and it is at 3.6 right now. And Bitcoin is holding strong over $52,000. Banks are closed today. They will reopen tomorrow. I'm expecting a mighty, mighty green day. Okay. What else do we have going on? Crypto-wise, Akash is up 9% to 390. Swarm Networks is up 11% to 32 cents. Alephium is up 5% to 266. Hive Mapper, or Honey is the acronym, up 3% to 20 cents. What else? We gave you Ondo. Remember when we gave him Ondo a couple weeks back? It was at 24 cents. Do you know where Ondo is now? 33. 33. It's up 19.6%. How many of you? Because some of you said, hey, what was that, Ondo? Did you get an Ondo? Because just saying. Not a financial advisor by any stretch. Giving you Ondo at 24. And there was a little dip after I gave it to you at 24 and it went to 22. I got in, and there it is, 32. So enjoy your Ondo. Miguel Cruz. Yes, the All-Star game is garbage. That's why I don't watch it. Let's see. Queen would be a great fit for our linebackers. Hopefully Weaver can bring High and other Ravens over, or him and other Ravens over. Okay. The party's over. Hopefully Weaver is a sideline guy. Yes, he is. He already said that. I guess you didn't watch the press conference. Manny Rodriguez is in the house. Dan, are men that go to strip clubs or gentlemen's clubs considered perverts in today's climate? I don't really give a shit. You know what I mean? So, I don't think if you go to a strip club, you're a pervert. That's another form of entertainment. It's legal. There's nothing illegal about it. Right? So, you know what I mean? Women go to that. Just because it's not your flavor, your style, that's fine. But I don't pick on any guy that goes to a strip club. I mean, that's ridiculous. You know? And especially if you're single, come on. Look, I get it if you're married and you're, trying to pick up some stripper or whatever, or having sex with her in the champagne room or whatever. Obviously that's the wrong stuff. But anybody that goes there for the entertainment purposes, or somebody that's single, God bless you, dude. It's your life. You do what you want, as long as you're not hurting anybody, right? If you're not hurting another human being, or you're not taking advantage of another human being, or you're not doing anything illegal, which none of it is illegal. You know what I mean? I kind of find, if a man says this, then I kind of find you're kind of embarrassing for me. If you're so worried about another guy going to a strip club, I kind of worry about you, dude. Is kind of what I worry about. Dude 67 is in the house. Stephen Harris. Stephen had a soggy weekend. Yeah, it was kind of rainy. Raptor Jesus Enthusiast III says Caspa is the only crypto you need to hold for the bull run approaching top 20 with no tier 1 exchange. Well, Raptor, just so you know, okay, if you only hold one coin, then you're not really an investor. You're just a FOMO artist, and you heard it from somebody, and so you got in on one. Okay? The worst thing anybody could ever do, unless it's just Bitcoin, is actually, if you're a real investor, you want to diversify your portfolio just in case something goes wrong with Caspa. See? And then you have Cardano, or you have Cosmos, or you have Ethereum, or you have Avalanche, or you have something else to fall back on, or many others to fall back on. So it's great that you believe in Caspa. It's fantastic. It's already made an enormous run. Okay? So that's the run that a lot of people got rich on. I don't know if you're going to get rich on the next run. You might make some money. But personally, for me, anybody that says they've got one coin, yeah, I get it. You're not really an investor. You're just a FOMO artist into it, It's kind of what it is. Go with your wives, bros. It will change your thought process. Trust me. Well, it all depends if your wife likes strip clubs. If she doesn't mind, then you can go. But, you're not getting my wife to go to a strip club. So, it all depends on who you're married to. Okay. Why would going to a strip club be offensive to anyone? It provides pure entertainment. Exactly. God bless America and Tootsies, bro. There you go. Someone needs to ask who raised that man if he got offended by that. Oh, thanks for doing your show yesterday on Twitter. Informative as always. Thank you, Sneak Attack 305. Very nice of you. Thank you for tuning in. Karoon says, nowadays, just looking in the direction of a woman wearing next to nothing at the gym is considered a pervert. Women will take a video, post it, and ruin the poor guy's reputation. Cap for Life says, diversification is real, bro. IRA and bonds is cool, but it's time to change the game. That's right. A real investor knows enough to diversify any portfolio. Amen to that, Brett. Amen to that. Do not lock yourself in one place. Although, on the crypto side, if you just want to lock yourself into Bitcoin, that's the big dog. That's not going to fail. That's the most successful commodity in the world, Bitcoin, by miles. Okay. Just like the most successful landscaper in the world is William Quigley and Cutter's Edge Pro, baby. 954-472-0622. Synthetic turf, which my dogs love. Irrigation, they got it. Lighting, landscape design, tree trimming and removals. They do it all. And so take your home, take your HOA complex, take your business to the next level. They have over 70 trucks. They've been here in South Florida. They are established. They are dominant. They are a force. And when you expect excellence, then you expect Cutter's Edge Pro. So call William Quigley and Mike and all the great people out there, man. They know how to get it done. Dade, Broward, or Palm Beach counties. Tell them that Big O sent you. And if you have dogs like I do, the synthetic turf is the greatest invention in mankind. I'm telling you. And they are the best at installing it. I already told you a couple months back, I got a buddy of mine. He wanted to go cheap. So he didn't call Cutter's Edge. He called somebody else and got the synthetic turf. And he thought, I've had mine for nearly 2 years. Not one stinking blade of grass has ever gone through. He had his for 6 months and grass was growing through it. Now he's in litigation and all that. Because, sure, you could go find somebody cheap and they'll give you skinny trees and they'll give you cheap flowers and they won't do the installation the right way. And then you'll be complaining a couple months later and all that stuff. You need to do it right. You need to do it one time and do it right. And maintenance is also their expertise. So if you're having trouble keeping up your business, your HOA complex, your home, whatever, call Cutter's Edge Pro, man. They can help you out with maintenance. They can come by. Whatever it is you need, once every 2 weeks, once a month, once every 2 months, once every 3 months, whatever it is you need, please call the great people at Cutter's Edge Pro. They will take care of you. 954-472-0622. Do it and do it right with Cutter's Edge Pro. All right. Let's see. Good morning, Big O and Sean, and to you all in the chat. Thank you, Lenny. Rosendo is in the house. What do you feel about franchising Wilkins? Forgive me if I missed this previously. I've already said it. That's not going to happen. There'll be no franchising anybody. Okay, they can't afford to do that. They will let go of Wilkins. That's it. Wilkins is gone. Wilkins is not coming back. I've been telling you this now for about 2 months. Wilkins is not coming back. Okay? It's over. Moving on. All right? Move on. They will not sign him, and he will outprice himself like he did last year. And he wasn't happy last year. No matter what you saw in public. Okay? No matter what you saw in public, he was not happy about not getting his contract last year. And he ends up getting the sacks against the lesser teams. And I don't think that will result in the contract that he wants. And he's probably going to ask for even more than he did last year. And Miami is not going to be willing to pay it, and they're not going to tag him because that's a hard cap number. They're not going to tag anybody. So he's gone. Okay? Zach Sealer does the same thing for half the money that he wants. It's just not going to happen. So just preparing you guys for a while now. There'll be no extension. There'll be no tag. They will move on. Big O, I used to get Penthouse magazines for the articles only. Honest. I thought it was Playboy with the good articles. I thought it was, Penthouse with the great babes. I'm sorry, Brett. I got Playboy for the articles. I got Penthouse for the women. I'm a little different than you. I mean, they were great articles. I mean, hot women. So it all goes, in its place. That's all. Penthouse for the women, Playboy for the articles. I had no problem with that. I don't know about you, but I didn't find Penthouse's articles very entertaining. Their pictorials. Yeah, now that was just absolutely outstanding. So. Wait, no Wilkins? So who's going to grab Josh Allen's mangina? Skylar Tipton. Oh, the reason Cyril is successful is because of Sealer is successful because of Wilkins. I get that he may not be coming back, but Wilkins anchors this D line and makes those around him successful. That shouldn't be overlooked. Okay. Well, we're going to find out next year, right? Because he won't be here next year. So you'll find out about Sealer and you'll find out about everybody else, and then we'll find out, how truly important it is. Okay? Let's find that out. All right? That's what I want to know. Do you think they will try to sign Robert Hunt and Connor Williams and or Eichenberg? Yeah, I think they're signed all three next year. I think they're convinced in signing Connor and Hunt, and I think they bring back Eichenberg for the depth purposes for sure. Didn't Penthouse have a good crossover puzzle, or was that Hustler? Not sure. Maybe it was Uwe. Or we, or whatever the hell you want to call it, or Jugs. Would hate it. Wilkins is not franchise, and he goes to another team and has a monster year. Well, I mean, that's kind of the way it goes. Big O, if and when Jimmy gets released and he is cheap, should the Dolphins bring him? Jimmy? Who's Jimmy? if and when Jimmy gets released and he is cheap, what Jimmy's he talking about, Frankie?
Garoppolo.
Oh, God, no. No. Why would you bring Garoppolo in? For what? You're going to start with the competition stupid shit again? Come on, dude. Why are you going to bring an injury-prone player? That doesn't make any sense. And you're going to pay a boatload of money to have him sitting there? Because they're going to pay him money because he can start. I wouldn't want him starting on my team for no way in any shape, way, or form ever. You might want him on your team, but I wouldn't. You know what I mean? It's just, you guys got to stop with the quarterback stuff already. That's all. You got to stop with the quarterback stuff already. And I wouldn't bring Garoppolo in as a backup because he has no cojones. The guy folds like a cheap tent every single time, dude. I want nothing to do with Garoppolo at all. I wouldn't want him as a starter, as a backup, as a third stringer. I wouldn't want his ass on my team at all. Okay? He is one of the most unreliable players I have ever seen in my life. If he doesn't break down, he chokes. So, yeah, no, I'm good. There's lots of other things I'm worried about. I'm not worried about the backup quarterback position. You know, Frankie, I get it, bro. You don't like the guy. You don't want to. So you come up with all these stupid other things that you come up with. I get it, bro. You need to call that stuff to the other shows. They want to talk that silliness. That silliness is just not here, bro. Not here. I'm not for that. I'm not for any of that shit. You know? Get a young developmental guy, not Jimmy Garoppolo, dude. You know? So anyways. Let's see. What else do we have going on? Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Why don't we? Alan Blanco and the great people at 3A Graphics, custom printing and embroidery, 786-618-1443. Panthers over the Lightning, 9-2. They have won now 11 straight road wins. It's absolutely crazy. They've outscored opponents during that streak 51-18. They're 2-0 against Tampa Bay this year. They beat them 3-2 on December 27th. Tomorrow, they will take on Ottawa at the Amerant Bank Arena. Yesterday, FAU will now drop out of the top 25. Why? South Florida defeated number 24 FAU 90-86. Now, it was no fluke. South Florida is 19-5, 12-1 in the American Conference, which drops FAU to 10-3 in the American Conference. John L. Davis had 20 points. Chris Youngblood had 23 for South Florida. Selton Miguel came off the bench for South Florida with 25. So FAU now, probably moving on unranked Thursday, will take on SMU. Lady Canes lost to FSU yesterday, 74-68. Thursday, they're at Virginia. NBA All-Star game yesterday, East over the West, 211-186. The Heat are off till Friday when they take on the Pelicans on the road. 8 o'clock tip-off for that. Friday night, NSU defeated Palm Beach Atlantic 115-96. MJ Araldi with 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 steals. Mike Moore added 15 points, and Trey Dooms added 15 points. Wednesday, NSU is back in action at the Rick Case Arena to take on Barry University at 7:30. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. For those of you that don't know, Dolphins added former player coach Ronnie Bradford. Bradford was a former draft pick of the Dolphins back in the 90s. He was Montana's defensive coordinator last season. He will be the senior special teams assistant. And again, why Danny Crossman is still employed, I have no idea. And there's really nothing to add about Ronnie Bradford, to be quite honest. I guess we'll get to know him here, to be honest here on that one. What else are we going to know, you know? Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, let's do a little music and entertainment. You know, I think I'm going to drag my ass to a concert on Friday. Yeah. Because most of you won't even know what the hell I'm talking about. Vandenberg is coming to town. And I am a big Adrian Vandenberg fan from back in the 80s. Okay, with Wait and what's that famous song? Oh God. The Broken Heart or whatever. I forgot. I'm brain farting now. But anyway, so Adrian Vandenberg had a couple tunes back in the day with his band Vandenberg, and then recently had the Moon Kings, and so now he is touring, and Friday he is going to be at the Parker. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I want to go badly. I want to go see Adrian Vandenberg. But anyway, what can I tell you? You know, got to see Adrian Vandenberg. Really. Last time I saw Adrian Vandenberg was back in the 80s, and it was at the Sporto, and they were opening for somebody who I have no idea. I don't know which one it was, if it was a Van Halen concert or Rush or something. I don't know. I don't know what Vandenberg opened up, Motley Crue or something. It was a long, long time ago. But I know I saw them, and I still think I have the concert shirt somewhere that doesn't fit me anymore. At least for now. I mean, the pace. Can you guys see it in the face? Huh? You see it in the face? Yeah. Losing that weight. Oh, I got to shave some. But anyway, I want to do that. So hopefully we'll be able to go see Adrian Vandenberg on Friday. It would be really, really nice. All right, let's go with birthdays, first of all. Let's see what we have here. Nikola Jokic is 28 years old today. Seal is 60. It says rock singer. He's not a rock singer. He's a pop singer. Rock singer. Get the hell out of here. Smokey Robinson. Jesus Christ. He's amazing. 83 years old. Let's see who else. This is kind of a weak list today. Mauro Icardi, soccer player, is 30. Eric Lange, TV actor, is 50. Joey Diaz, comedian, 60. Haley Duff is 38. Camille Kostek is 31, the model. And that's it. That's it. It's kind of weak sauce today. And give you some music. Wednesday night, you can go see Rick Springfield at the Culture Room. Friday, you can see Rick Ross at the Dare nightclub in South Florida. Friday, Trapped is at 7 Circuit Productions in Miami. Never been there. Friday, Glenn Hughes at the Culture Room. Friday, Ronnie Cycli at the Jolene Sound Room in Miami. Friday, I will drag my ass there. I want to see Vandenberg at the Parker. Saturday, Stevie Nicks at the Hard Rock Live. CeeLo Green Saturday at Club 11 in Miami. And Saturday, Johnny Mathis at the Broward Center. There you go. That's some of the stuff in music and in Burning Heart. There it is. This burning heart of mine. Yes, that's it. Yes. Burning Heart. Burning Heart, Wait. It's I hate that I am brain farting so much, and I love that first Vandenberg album. Is it you be hanging on the phone, trying to reach me? You can't live it alone, my woman, can't you see? Your love is in vain. Yeah, back on my feet. I'm back on my feet again in the double bass. Yeah, and wait till the shit hits the fan. That's right. And then Burning Heart, Ready for You. I'm ready for you. That's a good album, man. Those first 5 songs. Your Love is in Vain, Back on My Feet, Wait, Burning Heart, and Ready for You. Like, awesome. Nothing to Lose is a good one too. Oh, I gotta see Adrian again. Haven't seen Adrian in years. So it is time for me to see Adrian Vandenberg one more time. Jugs magazine was such a classic. Oh, God, yes. Especially when you found them in the trash and you're a 10-year-old. FAU has not been playing with the same intensity as they were last year. They were committing so many turnovers and missing free throws they were making last year. I mean, they had a hell of a run last year, man. And now everybody's targeting them. But by the way, South Florida was good going into the game. They were better than FAU. They had a better conference record, and they left with a better conference record. Gordon says, I agree, They have young developmental QBs. They already had the veteran injury-prone vet. That was Teddy. Tua is the vet now. We need to develop like the Packers too. Exactly. Big O, never seen the Panthers play any better in their 30 years than they are right now. No, this is the best team we've ever had. Most complete team. I like the signing of DeLon Wright. Dude, we had Kyle Lowry here. So having Rozier and DeLon Wright, it just makes you better. Are you championship caliber? No. But, here's and I'm glad you led me to this, Frankie. Don't like the backup silly shit that you brought in, but this I do like. And one of the things that I love about what's going on with the Heat right now is the intrigue. Because we saw the last 2 games how they should play. So now I'm intrigued. Now when you come back on, what is it, Thursday or Friday? Thursday, right? Or Friday? What is it? It is Friday. So Friday when you come back at 8 and you start playing the rest of this stretch run now, are you going to play like you played the last 2 games? Because if you are, I'm super excited that you can actually make some noise. So if you're actually going to give a shit about the game and play hard and play the right way, like you did the last 2 games, where you were more of a 3-point team than a 2-point team, then I'm all in. And what I love about Terry and DeLon is that they're ball handlers. They can defend a little bit. They can facilitate. They can score a little too. But you have enough scoring around you that you just got to play the game. And they can do that. They can just be the point guards and do their job. They don't have to carry the team. They've got plenty of other guys that can shoot and score. So I'm really excited about this because maybe we'll get a team that actually gives a shit now and can play the right way. I got to tell you, I'm so tired of this coasting bullshit in the regular season. Jesus, I am tired of the coasting bullshit in the regular season. Man. Let's see. What else do we have? Oh, one more thing. It's kind of what I talked about with Bam, right? And the reason why we have this discussion, I tell you all the time that Bam isn't a franchise player. Super role player. He's fantastic. He's very good. Very good. Very good player. Okay? But not a franchise player. Never will be. Why? Because you have to be willing to impose your offensive will in today's game. Bam never does that. Doesn't do it for the Miami Heat. So last night he plays in the All-Star game, and he scores 2 points. Like you, dude, it's not in you. You don't ever want to be the man. You always want to be the support guy. You never want to be the man. Ever. So how can you be a franchise player if you never want to be the man? If you never want the game on your hands at the end of the game, if you never are the one to impose your offensive will, please explain to me how you can be a franchise player. In today's basketball, this is in the 90s, where you scored 85, 90 points a game, and points were a premium, so you could be a defensive stalwart and be a star in those days. Not now. So I'm just wondering, like, at what point? You never do it in Miami. And last night, you're there, you got a shot at, he shot 1-3, and he made it, by the way. But just, he is what he is. He's such a nice man. He has no SOB in him, and he never will, because he's just not wired that way. Let's see. Let's see. GP Trap likes Vandenberg too. I like that. Very good. Vishal says, I wish my Magic would have a drafted a Jaquez over sorry-ass Jeff Howard. Hey, listen, bro. You're a Magic fan. You should be grateful you're pretty good now, because your franchise has been absolutely horrible for a long time, and they've been screw-ups forever. So right now they're actually doing more right than wrong. So I got to give your Magic a little props here. At least they're doing something. Before they weren't even anything. Big O, I hope Inter does not have injury issues like the Dolphins. We already lost our Fadias for the whole season. Kromoski is out for about 2 months, and Messi looks shaky. What? Maybe it's the trainers, Frankie, because that's what they do with the Dolphins, right? Don't I get the idiot Dolphin fans say, "Oh, it's the trainers"? No, it's not, moron. Oh, it's the grass. No, it's not, dude. It's just bad luck. That's all it is. But I'm surprised you're not blaming the trainers for Inter Miami. I'm surprised after the Heat lost Terry and Jay Rich on the same night. I'm surprised Heat fans didn't come out and say it's the trainers, like some of our dumbass Dolphin fans. Oh, it's the trainers. We got to look at the trainers. That's some stupid shit, dude. Bam started in an all-star game. Does that change anything? No, dude. Bam doesn't. Bam is Bam, bro. No. CeeLo Green, that's a name I haven't heard since 2005. Surprised he's still making music. Oh, you should be a singer. Hell yeah. John says, lost all respect for the Grammys when in 1980, Ricky Lee Jones won Best New Artist over the Pretenders, their debut of all-time greats, R.I.P. James Honeycutt Scott. Chucky's in love. One song. That's it. We do this for some people. That they get this one song, and then we give them like this stature, like they don't, a stature they don't deserve. It's great. You got one song, but you don't go over artists that have tons of songs, you know? Oh, did you hear about Air Supply coming to the Magic Casino on March 8th? Not bad. Maybe I could take the wife there. Did I enjoy outdoor hockey this weekend? No. Big O, do you think the Florida Panthers are finishing the number 1 seed? Yes, I do. Did you say Seal, Lee Marvin, Jeff Daniels, Benicio Del Toro, Millie Bobby Brown, and Roger Goodell all born today? I didn't say all those people. Big O, going back to the Dolphins with the new DC, I think it's time for the Dolphins to turn the page without X and give Cam Smith the opportunity. Well, we'll find out now. He's got to earn it. X is gone anyways. X has been gone. Robert T is in the house. Big O, hear me out. It's the Indian burial ground. Just saying. I was watching a God. Now I'm forgetting the name of these islands that I was watching. It's over by Indonesia, I think it is, if I'm correct. And I was watching this special yesterday, and I'm interested in all kinds of different things, right? So this is kind of weird, but it reminded me of Dolphin fans. Okay, so there's these islands just outside of Indonesia on the coast. And these islands, and Indonesia, by the way, specifically get pummeled by a tsunami on average every 200 years. Seriously. 200, 210, 230, right around there, right? And by the way, they're due now. Okay? And so it's a really funky story. Okay? So it's off the coast of Indonesia, these islands. It's with an M. I forgot that. It's not Maldives, is it? No, it's not Maldives. It's something. Anyway, so these islands, it's like 3 islands, and they're off the coast, and they happen to be on a tectonic plate, right? So I'm watching this, and these islands literally get taken underwater because it's under a tectonic plate that the tectonic plate, this one is going this way, and the one that the 3 islands are, it's pushing it down. As it pushes it down, it literally pushes the islands under, right? A couple inches, whatever. It's not a huge, right? But apparently the tsunami happens every couple hundred years because eventually the tectonic plate kicks up. After being brought down to a certain point, it kicks up. And when it kicks up, gazillions of gallons of water get displaced, and boom, you have your tsunami. And then they get pummeled with tsunami. And so I was watching a whole special on, how they predict tsunamis and all that kind of stuff and all that. So I learned about that. And I started to think about it, and I said, that's Dolphin fans right there. I love those kind of analogies. Right? But in other words, instead of every 200 years, it happens for us every year. I'm sorry. Every year we get taken down. Poof. The end of the season. Bah, tsunami. Every year we're those islands that get pummeled and get taken under. Oh, man. Hilarious. I saw that. I go, that's us. That's Miami Dolphins fans every single year. The tectonic plate takes us under during the season. The end of the season, bah, tsunami, and the world comes to an end. Oh, man. Too funny. Too freaking funny. By the way, we hired a former Dolphin in Ronnie Bradford. The Raiders are hiring running backs coach Carnell Williams. Okay. Carnell Williams was the Auburn running backs coach. If I remember correctly, when I met Carnell Cadillac Williams, because that was his name, it was Carnell Cadillac Williams. It was Ronnie Brown in the same backfield for Auburn. But the part that a lot of people don't know, okay, is that Brandon Jacobs was the third guy at Auburn. But he decided to transfer to Southern Illinois, the Salukis, because of playing time. So he didn't think he was going to get playing time. And so then, he ended up in the NFL with the Giants and had some good years. Brandon Jacobs was a good running back. But I know Cadillac had the injuries, but you think of Ronnie Cadillac and Brandon Jacobs, and all 3 were, together. That's pretty freaking cool. Let me see if I have the Cadillac Williams promo. Do we have the Cadillac Williams promo here still?
We're talking with Cadillac Williams. Do you hear the talk, Cadillac? Because Ronnie was the number 2 pick, and obviously you're a top 5 pick also.
This is Casey Blake, and you're talking sports with the Big O.
Yeah, no, that was the interview. But I know Cadillac did a promo for me. I guess I didn't. Did I record it? I probably did, but it's not on this one. What a shame. But you know who's here for you?
Hi, this is quarterback Chad Henne here, and listen to the Big O.
Chad Henne. There for you. Okay? How about this guy, huh?
Hey, this is Coach Frank Martin from Kansas State, and you're listening to the Big O.
It's really in South Carolina, but, you know, that was back in the day. What are you going to do? Shit happens. Anyway, so Cadillac Williams get hired by the Raiders, and he also played a little bit with the Raiders. There you go. Lillard won the three-point contest. McClung won the dunk. Jamie did all right. Oh, did you guys see this story? Rick Pitino. Sean, did you see the Rick Pitino story at all? Did you see it? No? So apparently St. John's is not doing very good here in Rick Pitino's run. So a Hall of Fame coach earlier this season broke out of Hall of Fame levels of drama following a 1-point loss to Creighton by poo-pooing the idea of moral victories and saying he wanted to jump into the cold and die of frostbite. The 71-year-old proved Sunday that he still has his fastball when it comes to melodrama. He went on another lengthy rant after St. John's fell at home to Seton Hall and called his first season with the Johnnies, listen to this, the most unenjoyable experience of my lifetime. We are so unathletic that we can't guard anybody without fouling, says Pitino. For me, I've always enjoyed the first year. I'm not going to lie to you. This is the most unenjoyable experience of my lifetime. This has been so disappointing. Look, Joel's slow laterally. He's not fast on the court, said Pitino of Joel Soriano, the team's leading scorer. He wasn't done. Chris Ledlam, he's slow laterally. Sean Conway's slow laterally. Bradley's physically weak. Drissa is slow laterally. I tried to get AJ Storr. I tried to get others. There were circumstances that had to be done over. They were out of my control. We had to bite the bullet and clean certain things out academically as well as athletically. It's what we had to do to start over. Calling his players slow and unathletic. They've got 5 games left. Now, here's where I think Pitino's really slipping. Okay? All right? He's slipping. He's falling. He can't get up. And not because he's 71 years old. I've fallen and I can't get up. No. Where he's slipping and falling is that no prostitutes. What's wrong with the man? He's missing the key ingredient. What has helped him have success in the past? Prostitutes. Brothels. Sex under a table at a restaurant. Come on, Rick. Let's go. That's your problem. You're not allowing the Johnnies to use their Johnnies. If Rick Pitino's going to have success, it's got to be the Rick Pitino way. Prostitutes and sex under the table, that's the Rick Pitino way. That's how you produce victories. Seems to me like they're not having any sex. Missing ingredient. What is wrong with Rick Pitino? Doesn't he know what he needs to do by now? Jesus. Those islands off of Indonesia are also home to the Komodo dragon. That's a nasty animal. They swallow their prey alive whole. Yeah, I'm with you. It said Nomoko, Mango, and Fonafu. I don't know if those are. There was one with an M. I thought it was with an M yesterday, the piece that I was watching. I got to watch it again. I don't know why I forgot the name, but I was like, this is Dolphin fans right here. This is us. Gets sucked down by a tectonic plate. It explodes. The season ends, and we've got a tsunami of problems. I'm telling you, it was us. It's us. Panthers versus Rangers in the Eastern Conference. Hey, Damien, whoever wants to go to lose, they're more than welcome. Boston, the Rangers, you name it, they're all going to lose. So it doesn't matter to me. Whoever wants to take turns, you can go ahead. If in fact we can play the top 3 in a period each and beat all 3 of them. So there you go. All right, what else do we have going on? You know, when sports and business collide, there is something we love doing, and it's called the KSDT CPA Sports Business Report. Football, NFL football is very good business. CBS, by the way, cashed in an extra $60 million for the Super Bowl overtime commercials with Kansas City, who needed an extra quarter to beat the Niners. CBS broke all kinds of records for the Super Bowl. Ad revenue is one of them after reportedly scooping up an extra $60 million thanks to the OT. In fact, Sportico reports CBS raked in an extra $60 million from the 10 extra advertisements in the added period, taking their overall ad revenue from the game close to an eye-watering $700 million. The extra 10 TV commercials came during a 14-minute and 57-second overtime period, which allowed the Chiefs to seal their 25-22 win. It was reported that CBS initially had garnered a windfall of $635 million from the regular commercials for the rest of the broadcast. Wow. So the going rate for a 30-second commercial was $6.47 million. Yeah. It's a lot of money, boys and girls. Good business. You kill it always with the analogies. I'm telling you, we are those islands. I saw that special yesterday. I go, that's us. That's us Dolphin fans. Just that one tectonic plate is bringing us down, and our islands are going down, and we're just we're buying it even more. Then, bam, tectonic plate pops up. Billions and trillions of gallons of water explode. Tsunami starts, and that's the end of our season. I mean, it's exactly us. Exactly us, dude. I saw that yesterday, and I was like, wow, this is us. This is who we are. Big O, from my experience and the advice given to me by the doctors at Baptist Health Orthopedic, losing weight is the best thing you can do for your joints. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing it, bro. I'm definitely going to keep doing it. And when this foot is fixed, I am going on a workout, like just going to be a maniac. Every day I'm going to work out. I'm going to work out a lot, and I'm going to get in all kinds of great shape. So screw that. I am not doing this ever again. Ever again. No way. I am not going to allow myself to get this badly out of shape like I am right now. No freaking way, bro. No way. So it's over. And I'm in the process of, as you can see, I am going to just try to keep losing weight if I can, and get down to about 200 is what I need to get down to. So I'm going to need to lose probably another 60 pounds or something like that. So yeah, we're going to do it, man. Screw that. I am not going to go through this anymore. So call our friends at KSDT CPAs, 3370. By the way, they are hiring in Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach. They've got offices there. They've got an office in Charlotte, North Carolina also. And if you need help with your personal taxes, which tax season is right around the corner, or, of course, business taxes, which you need that guidance all year long, reach out to the great people at KSDT CPAs. And that is your KSDT CPA Sports Business Report.
This has been the KSDT Sports Business Report. KSDT CPA is one of South Florida's largest and one of the country's fastest growing accounting firms. KSDT is recognized by Forbes as one of the top tax and accounting firms for 2022. KSDT CPA is a full service firm that also excels in crypto. Visit online at ksdtcpa.com or call 305-670-3370.
All right, folks. I appreciate all of you, as always, tuning in. We're going to wrap it up. We thank David Furones. We got a loaded show tomorrow. Cam will join us. Ira will join us. David Dwork will join us. We'll have a bunch of interviews for you back at 10 a.m., ready to go, ready to rock. Appreciate Sean Stanley, the man, the myth, the legend that knows how to get it done. Appreciate any of you out there whenever you're listening. If you want to send in a Cash App or Venmo donation, you can always do it. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. And as always, you can send in a Bitcoin donation. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel. Have a great one.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.